And we're live. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Welcome to Honest Conversations with Chinaza Favour. That I knew as two persons have joined already. Good to be here. Good to have you. Welcome, everyone. If you have joined, please drop in the comments, okay? Drop in the chats. Let me see who is. Oh, I'm so excited for tonight's conversation. If you're excited, let me know that you're excited. I hope you can hear me. I hope you can see me, and that my camera is bright enough. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. We have a very wonderful conversation to have tonight. And before I get started, I have to introduce myself to you. My name is Chinaza Favour, and I will be your host for tonight. Well, your host as always. Thanks for being here. Thanks for joining this conversation. We are going to have a great time. Peter, Bethran, it's good to have you here. Good evening. Is this the first time? That name doesn't sound very familiar. Good evening. Good evening. Take this link, share with your friends and your family members, your village people too, because we want the world to be a better place. So, however, we are going to make that happen, even if it means to relate with everyone, we have to do that. Okay. Hello, Salem David. I see that you're watching. It's good to have you here. Good evening. Good evening. If you have joined, please drop a comment. I cannot wait to get on with this conversation. I'm not going to waste your time tonight, I promise. I'm not going to take much of your time. Before 9:45, I hope to be through with what I have to share. Okay? Good evening, everyone, and welcome again to Honest Conversations with Chinaza Favour. I am the host of this talk show, and as God helps us, we hope to get it bigger and bigger and bigger. Hello, Rukoya. I hope I got your name right. It's good to have you here. Welcome, welcome. Sound peculiar. I see that you're watching. It's good to have you. Tochukwu. I see that you're here. Good evening. You're always here. So tonight, as the title of this broadcast says, we are going to be discussing friendship. Johnson Orji, good evening. Is this your first time? If this is your first time, please indicate in the chat, okay? So that I know it's your first time. Our head of welfare is not around right now, Emmanuel Laude, to give you your own puff puff, but I will give you, okay? So if this is your first time, drop it in the chat. Let me know who is joining us for the very first time. Quickly, let me get on with what we have for tonight. Why did I choose this conversation? So before I go on, I want to apologize for not coming on last week. It was beyond my control. I tried, believe me. I tried, but it was just something I couldn't do. Hello, Tido Prince. Don't worry. It's good to have all of you here. Thank you for joining. I tried to come last week, but I just couldn't. I apologize for that. I apologize for that. I hope to not miss another episode. Again, Peter Bethran, I know it because that name was not familiar. It's good to have you. Okay, thank you for being here. I hope and I'm sure that you're not going to regret your time with us tonight. Okay, so why did I choose this conversation? Why did I choose this topic for this particular conversation? Why? Johnson, it's your first time too. That's amazing. It's good to have you here too. Thanks for joining. Why did I choose this conversation? Why did I choose this topic for this conversation? Because I have seen many people abuse this word, friendship. I've seen many people abuse what they call whom they call their friends. I've seen many people betray whom they call friends. The way I see people talk about the people that they call their friends, I'm like, is there a different kind of friendship that I don't know about? Because if you really call someone your friend, the way you talk about them, the way you revere them, your perception of them has to reflect the fact that you are a friend to them. But many people that I've seen have not come to that point where they are able to, maybe they don't really understand what friendship means. And so they're doing it the way they think. But if you want to call somebody your friend, if you call somebody your friend, or if you want to be friends with somebody, you have to mean it in every sense of the word. Okay? That is why we are having this conversation. And I hope and really, really pray that by the time we are done, you're going to have a better understanding of what the word friendship means and how you can be the friend that you want other people to be to you. Okay, and then you can also take a look at the friendships and the relationships that you have and see where you are doing it well, where you're not doing it well, and you see whether the people that you call friends, that person that you call friend, if that person is really a friend or not. Okay, so much to discuss in very little time. My goal is to make honest conversations as brief as possible so that the value can be more compressed and concentrated. Okay. Just it's your first time. That's good to know. Sunday Peculiar, it's your first time. Amazing. Good to have you here. Ufeletinenya, you're always here. Good evening. Thanks for being here. Believe Elisha, this is definitely your first time because I've not seen you here. Thank you for being here. So I'm going to start with the question, what is friendship? What is friendship? I'd like to see your input in the chat. What is friendship to you? What is friendship to you? And I'm not going to wait until I see your input. I'll be talking, and as I see your inputs, I will read them out. Okay. So what is friendship to you? When you hear the word friendship, I mean, we all use it all the time, not like you hear it from an abstract reality. We always say it all the time, but what is friendship to you? Not now that you're thinking about this is what it means. On a normal ground, what does friendship mean to you? I need to see your input. I need to see your thought process. I need to see your understanding of this word. So for me, friendship is a bond. Okay. Friendship is a connection. Friendship is a commitment. For me, friendship is a bond, it is a connection, and it is a commitment that you share with someone else. A bond, a connection, a commitment. A bond and a connection that you share with someone else, and the commitment you make to someone else. Okay? It is not something that you just jump into or a word that you just throw around anyhow. No. Peter says somebody you share your secrets with. Okay. Okay, that's interesting. I want to see more of your understanding, more of you giving your insights and your understanding about this. Hello, Diva Glory. Thanks for being here. So, friendship is a bond and connection that you share, a bond that you share with someone, a connection that you have with someone, and the commitments that you share with someone else. A bond that you share with someone, a connection that you have with someone, and a commitment that you make to somebody else. All right? I like the way Britannica put it, and I think it is the best definition of friendship that I've seen. I'm going to read it out to you. Friendship is a state of enduring affection, esteem, intimacy, and trust between two people. Friendship is a sense of enduring affection, esteem, intimacy, and trust between two people. I'm going to take each of these elements apart. Okay, let me see what you have here. Hold on. The prince says people normally mistake people they come across in a new place or something as their friends. They can't even differentiate between colleagues. Mm, okay. David says friendship is two friends in a ship heading to a destination. Okay, that's interesting. I like that. Hello, Samuel James. It's good to have you here. So, friendship is enduring affection. Enduring affection. I'm going to say that again. Enduring affection. If it's not a long-standing affection, it is not friendship. If it is not something that endures, when I mean enduring, it doesn't mean suffering. Enduring simply means that it lasts for long. Okay, so it's an enduring affection. It is a bond that you share with someone that lasts, not one that happens today and tomorrow it's gone. You were never friends. Okay, so it's an enduring affection. Esteem. Esteem. What is esteem? Respect, reverence. Esteem. If you don't esteem that person, you cannot say that you are in a friendship with that person. If you don't have regard for that person, you cannot say that you are in a friendship with that person. Okay? The next one is intimacy. If there is no intimacy between you and that other person, you're not in a friendship. You are not friends. And the last one is trust. Is trust. I'm going to quickly read out the copy that I sent out to promote this conversation because many of us are getting it all wrong. Many of us, we are getting it all wrong. And the way I put out that copy, it was in form of a conversation. So your friend or you are in a conversation with someone else, and this is what you are saying. All right. So the first one is, you think you know him. I am his friend, and I'm the one who can tell you who he is. That guy is a drug addict. The second one, is it not what she tells you that you know? Me, I know her very well because she tells me everything. She just had an abortion last week. Okay. Number 4, we're very good friends though, but I don't like answering questions when she is in class. I don't want her to feel intimidated. Number 5, you refuse to support their project out of envy. Which of these reflect you as a friend? And which of this reflects or sounds like the person that you call friend? So if there's no trust between you, if what you share together does not stay between both of you, you're not friends. So I don't believe that there's something like best friends. I don't think there's anything like that. I don't think there's anything like that. If you have a friend, you have a friend. A friend is someone whom you have enduring affection for, whom you have a high sense of esteem, a high level of esteem for, is someone that you share intimacy with, and someone that you trust and that trusts you. Now, what makes this friendship what it is? It is mutual. It is not just about you. It's not just about the other person. You both share the same bond. It is not like you are the one who shares the secrets, or it's not like you are the one who gives the love, who gives the affection, and the other person is on the receiving side. No, both of you have to share the same. Both of you have to give love. Both of you have to share the same affection. It has to be what mutual. If it's not mutual, then it's not a friendship. I'm sorry. If you are the one taking, you are in a parasitic relationship, not a friendship. If the other person is the one taking, you are in a parasitic relationship, not a friendship. It has to be mutual, common interests shared, goals shared together. Might not necessarily be goals, but you love each other enough to have enduring affection. You love each other enough to trust. You love each other enough to share your secrets, and they remain with you. If I share something with a friend of mine and I hear it in the ears of another person whom I hadn't shared it with, then the person has broken the agreement or the seal that binds our friendship. If someone whom you call a friend has ever shared anything with you and you shared it with someone else outside, I'm sorry, you are not fit to call a friend. You're not going to like me for this. You're not going to like me. But I'm here to tell you the truth. If I've ever shared a secret that my friend shared with me with a third party, I'm not fit. Jesus will say you are not fit for the kingdom. I am not fit for that sacredness or for that bond. I'm not fit to be called a friend. I don't know if this is making sense to anybody because we throw this word around a lot. And this is why when someone sends me a message, hi, Chinaza Favour, I love what you do. You're doing an amazing work, an amazing job. Can we be friends? I first, and it's very subconscious. I don't even know that this is my reaction until later. When someone tells me when someone sends me that kind of message, the first thing that I do is, excuse me, because I don't know how to react. How do you meet a total stranger who doesn't know you? Maybe you might have known this person for a long time. The person doesn't know you, and you are asking for friendship. Do you know what friendship means? Do you know the level your relationship will have got, the levels your relationship will have gone through for you to get to that point of being friends? You're first of all strangers. You're there acquaintances. If you share something common, right? And then from being an acquaintance, you become maybe a closer acquaintance. From there, you can now start talking about friendship. But many people like to move from the outermost circle of relationships to the innermost circle of relationship, which is the friendship. But that's not the innermost circle of relationship because marriage is where the core of friendship is supposed to be reflected because of the bodily union that happens there, right? But outside the circle of marriage, the next point after that is the level of friendship. And you don't move from being a stranger to being friends. Because when people ask me that question, when I ask them, how do you become friends? I don't know how to be friends. Someone told me I'm going to teach you how to be friends. We have not talked before now. We don't know anything about each other. And you want me to be your friend? Like, how does that work? Why do people think that way? Why? Chinese says it is an interpersonal bond built based on sincerity and commitment. Hmm, that's interesting. Thanks for that. Chido Prince says a friend is a loved one who is likely not a family member, but shares the same views with you, and you can trust that person. Okay, I don't quite agree with that. Must the person share the same view with you? But you can trust that person. Yes. Summer James is asking, what are best of friends? Me, I don't know about best of friends. I know about friends. I know about friends. Okay. So, away from that, who is a friend? Who is a friend? A friend is someone whom you share this bond with. Simply, a friend is someone whom you share this bond that I described, this bond of friendship with. If you don't share that bond with anybody, you just know the person. The person is just a colleague. The person is just an acquaintance. Okay? The person is not your friend. All right? The person is a close acquaintance. If I cannot share my secrets with you, if I cannot be open and vulnerable with you, I can't call you my friend. I know you, we talk regularly, but if we've not gotten to that point where I can share my deepest pain with you, you're not my friend, I'm sorry. And there's nothing to be sorry about there. It's just what it is. Okay? So, what do friends do? What do friends do? I think this is where the bulk of the matter is. This is where I'm going to be stepping on so many toes, and I don't care. If you don't want to join this conversation after tonight because I stepped on your toe, now you sabi. Honest conversations is all about being honest and transparent so that we can learn and grow in our personal lives and in our social lives. Okay? So, what do friends do? Friends love. Friends do what? They love. I'll repeat that. Friends, they love. So there's somebody in your life, I know. There's somebody in your life right now that you call a friend. But when your phone rings, you'll be like, and if you're in a conversation with somebody and the person asks you, this one you're doing like this, who is the person? You'll be like, it's just one friend of mine, just one of my friends. The person is not your friend. No, because I don't agree with that. If the person was your friend, if the person was your friend, you would be you're not in love here, but you would not want to take their call. You will not his when you see their call because you love this person. Maybe not a romantic affection, but you love this person. It doesn't have to be between opposite sex or it doesn't have to be sexually related for love to exist. All right. So if you have a friend, in quotes, whom you have this kind of disposition towards, please save yourself the stress and stop calling the person a friend. Call the person an acquaintance. An acquaintance, yes. Call the person a close acquaintance, if you may. All right. Friends love. What is love? You care, you nurture, you know, you want what is best for them. You care about them. You are invested in them. You love to see them grow. That is what it means to love. And that is the summary of everything, but I'm still going to break it down to more parts that I wrote down here. All right. So, what do friends do? Friends, they support. Friends, they support. So, let me ask you a question. Which of your friends now has a product that they are selling? And instead of you to buy from them, you'd rather buy from someone outside. You need what they're selling. But because they are your friends, you don't buy from them, you buy from outside. And this is the worst of it all. Because they are your friend and you need what they are selling, what do? You tell them, we are friends now. Give me this thing free of charge. The question I have to ask you is, how are you supporting this person? When they give you their products that they took out time, possibly sleepless nights to produce, possibly a lot of mental energy to put together, how are you supporting that friend? How are you being there? When you leave what they are selling, which you need, and you go to buy from someone else who sells the same thing, that is possibly not even of a superior quality, but just because you don't want to buy from your friend because you're now too familiar with your friend. When you do that, what does it tell you about yourself? Are you being a friend? Are you being supportive? When your friend is in need, what do? Friends support. They rush to help. You have 20K in your account, and your friend is in need of 5K, 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 and they come to you. Please, I need your help. Or I just lost my phone. I need this and that, and I'm saving up to buy another one. I just need 5K to complete it. Can you help me? You start giving them excuses. You have the money, and it's not like there's an emergency that you need to solve with that money, but you will not give it to that person whom you call your friend. So how are you now a friend? How are you a friend? I'm just asking you a general question that bothers me. How are you a friend? You know that your friend is good at what they do, but you don't recommend their services, their products to other people. How are you a friend? You are not qualified to be called a friend. You're not fit for that title. Okay? Friends respect. Friends respect. I cannot stress this enough. Friends respect each other. So your friend is not around and you're having a conversation with somebody. Like I wrote in the copy that I shared. The person was just speaking very highly of your friend. And you told them, you think you know him. I'm the one that knows him well now. He's a drug addict. Chinaza or Chioma or Juliet. That one. You don't know how, you don't even know. She tells me everything. I'm her friend. So I'm the one that can tell you everything about her. She just committed abortion last week. And they're here talking. How does that reflect friendship? This person trusted you enough to confide in you with their secrets, but you think it's okay to disrespect them in their absence. Respect is not only when you are with the people that we're talking about. Respect is a lot more about your attitude towards the people in their absence. Your attitude in the absence of the people that you call friends tells more about your regard and your respect for them. If a friend has ever shared anything confidential with you and it found its way out of your mouth into the mouth or into the ears of somebody else, I'm sorry, you are not fit to be called a friend. You respect your friend in secret. You respect your friend in their presence. You respect your friend in their absence. You don't speak highly of them when they are with you. And when they are no longer with you, you start talking rubbish. You start running your mouth anyhow. They are not your friend. If there's anybody in your life that you have this disposition towards, you're not friends with the person. They are not your friend, and you are not the friend. Okay? Friends respect. Whatever respect means to you, the respect. A friend cannot be there and his friend. You cannot be there and your friend is being talked down on by anybody. You cannot. I cannot be there and I listen to you talk about my friend. In fact, if I'm there, that conversation doesn't even have to hold. Ah, Chinaza Favour is here. You don't talk about this person in her presence, so you don't joke with her. Yes, I don't joke with my friends because there are not many. So when people come to tell you stuff about your friend, the question is, why are they comfortable telling me these things about this person? Am I condoning this environment? Am I condoning an insulting and a demeaning environment? This environment is clearly toxic for the person that is dear to my heart, and I must not allow such conversations to be had. Someone said, I don't care about what someone said about me that you're telling me now. I'm only more concerned about why the person feels comfortable to tell you this about me. Why? That is the question. Are you a friend? Are you a friend? Friends correct. This is very important because when we use the word friends, we think it's all about all the mushy mushy feelings, all the um, positive sides, or all the feel good sides to friendship. No, friends correct. If you see your friend about to make a wrong decision and you keep quiet, you are disqualified from being a friend. Your job there, one of your jobs is to correct your friend, is to help them to be on the right path. Your job is not to be nice. No. Your job is to be kind. And kindness and niceness, as I always preach on this channel, are not the same thing. You can be nice and you're not kind. In fact, if you're nice, you're not kind. If you're being nice, what you're doing is you want to be accepted, you want to be loved, you want to be celebrated, you want to be approved by the other person, you want to be approved of by the other person. But when you are kind, sometimes you might have to step on her toe or his toe. Why? Because you're trying to keep them away from harm. Because they are about to do something that you know they will regret. And so you have to save them from that. Friends sometimes beat their friends. Yes. Maybe not physical beating, but verbal beating. So for someone who doesn't like chastisement and criticism, you might find it difficult to accept correction. But look, if you want friendship that lasts, if you want friendship that is beneficial, you have to learn to listen. Even if you don't like it, take what you need to take from that piece of advice and keep the rest. But must you listen? You must listen. Friends, correct. You can't tell me, oh, it's her life. She should live her life. And you call yourself a friend. You can't see me obviously making a very terrible decision. You can't see me living a very wrong lifestyle. And you're allowing me because you don't want me to get upset with you. You are not my friend, though. You don't love me. You don't care. Even if it hurts me, tell me about it. Even if I don't take it, tell me about it. When I'm alone, when I'm on my own, I'm going to listen. I'm going to replay what happened. Okay? Another thing that friends do is that they help. They help. They help. And they go out of their way to give the necessary support. Friends go out of their way to give the necessary support. Driving says, Joachim says a good friend sometimes put the need of his friend or her friend first before his. That's right. Lucky Nathan says David and Jonathan were good friends. That's very right. Joachim says always have their back. That's what friendship means. I agree with you. So friends help. Friends help. If you don't go out of your way sometimes to help a friend, someone who we call friend, if it's all about what is comfortable for you, it's all about what you can get. If it's all about, if you only help when it's okay, when you have it, or when you're not stressed, I don't think you're a good friend fit for to be a friend. Why? Because one of the hallmark of friendship is sacrifice. One of the hallmark, please take this down. One of the hallmarks of friendship is sacrifice. And when you're not willing to sacrifice your time, sometimes your resources, your energy, your finances, for that person you call friend, there's every chance that you are not friends. And I understand that human nature is selfish. We're naturally selfish in nature, humans. But if you are calling someone a friend, sorry, if you're building friendship, you must be willing to sacrifice. You must be willing to get uncomfortable for the person to be comfortable. Sometimes, not all the time. Okay? Friends go out of their way to support. I'm going to read a part of the scriptures for you. I read it and I found it really, really inspirational. I don't know if this is a case of friendship, but it's a case of people who care and who are willing to go out of their way to make sure that their friend got the support and got the help that he needed. This is in the Bible, Mark chapter 2, verse 1. Okay. After a few days, Jesus returned to Capernaum, and word got around that he was back home. A crowd gathered, jamming the entrance so that no one could get in and out. He was teaching the word. They brought a paraplegic, that is someone who is paralyzed, to him, carried by 4 men. When they weren't able to get in because of the crowd, they removed part of the roof and lowered the paraplegic on his stretcher. Impressed by their bold belief, Jesus said to the paraplegic, "Son, I forgive your sins," or "Your sins are forgiven." So when we read this part of the scripture, all we see is somebody who was healed by Jesus. All we see is the person whose sins were forgiven. But we don't see the sacrifice. We don't see the length that these men who brought him went just to ensure that this man that they brought did not go back sick. The door was locked, the gate, nobody could get in, nobody could get out. And there was no other way to get him to see Jesus other than going through the roof. Do you know what it means? How could they have taken him up to the roof and then lowered him down on a stretcher? I don't even know how that was possible, but they did it because they wanted the person they were carrying, so-called, probably, possibly their friend, to get well. How many of you can go that length for your friends? How many of you? How many of you? Friends nurture. Friends, they nurture. So you have this person who doesn't seem to know it, who doesn't seem to have it together, but you don't have the patience to help the person grow. Please don't get into a friendship relationship with a person. Call the person an acquaintance, maybe a close one, but don't call the person a friend. You nurture the person. You're not growing here. How can I help you? How can I help you grow in this regard? How can I help you to get this training? How can I help you to? I understand it's not easy, but you can do it. Friends nurture, they support. Who are you doing this to? Who are you doing this for? Nobody. Are you? You nurture your friends. You help them grow. You help them become better. But we all want already made friends. We all want people who already have it all figured out. Look, those kind of people do not exist. And if they did, they don't exist in your circle. So you have to build your friendship. You have to build your friendship. You have to build your friends. Like I said, it's an enduring affection. That one that takes time to grow. So work with the friend, work with the person, nurture the person to grow. Yes, my colleague, Mr. Lucky, my time. Okay. Friends allow you to be you. This is so important. I don't even know if I'm going to get over this, but if I have to start going into details on this particular one. Friends allow you to be. Because of what I do, many people come and share their concerns with me. And majority of the concerns that I get, or the issues that I treat inbox, is that these people have friends who are intimidated by them being, who don't like the way they shine, who don't like that they're being themselves. They feel like their friends feel like they are doing too much. And so they ask me, should I stop doing this so that I can still keep my friends? I'm afraid that if I continue doing this and doing that, they might gang up against me. And I'm like, you call them friends. That is a wrong title. They're not your friends. They are your classmates. They're your colleagues. They're your acquaintances, not your friends. If you have a friend, you have to give them room to be themselves. You have to give them room to grow. You have to give them room to be who they are meant to be. You don't stop your friends from shining. You don't stop your friends from expressing themselves. You don't stop your friends from being. And if you have a friend whom you try to be less of who you are because of them, you don't have a friend. You don't. What you have is a light quencher, is a fire quencher. Even if you are kind of intimidated by the way they shine, support them regardless. That is who they are. And you work on yourself to shine as much as they do, or as much as they are. You don't tell me to stop doing this or stop doing this. I'm doing so much. I'm showing off. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. No. I have to encourage you to do it while I buckle up. Do you understand? You don't have to be less of yourself because of the person that you call friend or the people that you call friends. They are not your friends. Call them by what they are so that you can behave accordingly around them. Okay? A friend pushes you to be more of who you are. Am I clear? Am I making sense? If I'm making sense, please drop it in the chat and let me know that I am making sense. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Are you enjoying this? Are you getting value from this? Cool. Friends protect. Friends protect. Friends protect. I think I've talked about it before when I talked about respect. You protect the dignity of your friend. You protect the image of your friend. You protect the reputation of your friend. You must not be in circles or in rooms where they are being abused, where they are disrespected. No. If you try to stand up for that friend in that circle and you are shut down, you respect your friend by walking out of that room, by walking out of that conversation. You don't remain there. You have to make it clear that I am not comfortable with this unless you have another mission, which can be good, to understand the way these people think. So you pretend to agree with them, but you are trying to understand their thought processes. That is when you are being an undercover. But on normal occasions, you must not be in rooms where your friends, or the people that you honor, are being disrespected. This is also more like you can't be in a place where your mentor is bashed and you are laughing. You are I'm cracking a joke with your mentor and you are smiling with someone that you claim to respect and you're smiling. I'm making I'm making jest of the person you call your friend and I'm laughing. Are you serious? Are you kidding me? Why am I even comfortable talking about him? Why am I even comfortable knowing that you are his friend? Why am I comfortable making those jokes around you? Something must be wrong somewhere. Don't you think so? Friends are loyal. Friends are loyal. Friends are loyal. What is loyalty? Allegiance. You always find better people. I mean, we can never have it all. We may never have it all. But loyalty is a virtue. Remaining loyal to the person that you call your friend, not betraying. Not betraying. When you break a trust, you are being disloyal. When you share a confidential information, you're being disloyal. And if I can't trust you, I can't call you my friend. I might love you, but if I cannot trust you, I cannot call you a friend. So I was talking to someone about something, and it was like, God doesn't love me anymore, this and that. I said, see, there's nothing you can do that will make God to stop loving you. Your behavior doesn't increase or reduce his love for you. His love for you is there. It's just there. But there's something that God may not have for you, which you need to build again, which is trust. So you can love somebody, but you don't trust somebody. But if you can trust somebody, you can love the person. So if I cannot trust you, I can't call you my friend. If you cannot trust that person, you can't say that the person is your friend. And there's a book, I know you'll be, trying to argue that we have levels to this friendship. We have just friends, we have close friends, we have serious friends, and we have best friends, BFFs. Please, friendship is friendship. Treat it as sacred. Treat it as what it is. Don't go to people's inbox and start asking them, can I be your friend? Can we be friends? What do you want to do? Get to know the person first. There are levels to this. Okay? So Mr. Lucky Nathan talked about David and Jonathan. Yes, they are a true representation of what friendship is all about. Friendship. Friendship. Peter says there's no competition among friends. They value honesty, stick up for each other. They have empathy for each other. Yes, honesty. Honesty. I was going to say that before I saw your comment. Honesty. You cannot lie to your friend though, because This person will protect your image everywhere. And when you're telling them what is not true, they will be protecting you in ignorance and you're being disrespectful to them. There's someone I know that if you lie to him, you have broken his trust forever. Like forever. He values honesty so much. So that when he's talking about you in public, he wouldn't be lying. So that he knows what you can do. He can hit his chest and say, my friend did not do this. My friend cannot do this. And they are being truthful. Not like you are projecting a different image to them. And they are loving the fake you. No. Friendship is honesty. It's built on honesty, on trust, on vulnerability. Okay? You cannot change this fact. You cannot. It's already past 9:45 that I said I was going to stop. I didn't even know we got to 9:54. I think what I have on my notes here, is finished. I don't know if anyone has any question. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. You cannot say that you're a friend if you fail in these things that I have just listed. And you have to look and see who is being these things to you. Who do you have to be less of who you are because you're with them? Who do you have to pretend to be someone else when you are with them and you're calling them friends? No. No. You have to be your best self, your most real self, or your realest self when you are with your friends. My friends know me. I have a couple of people, just 3, that I call friends in this whole wide world. You can have many acquaintances, you can have many close acquaintances. But when it comes to friendship, you can't have so much because it is sacred and you have to treat it as that. You can't keep sharing and sharing and sharing with everybody. You cannot keep building building trust, not trust, I mean now building this sacred relationship with everybody. You cannot. You're going to get burnt out. You're going to get tired. And it will not serve you well. Okay? Yes, most people don't get it. They don't get it. Stop going to people's inbox. Please, I have to say this again. Stop going to people's inbox to request friendship. Get to know the person, right? So that as you grow, the friendship happens. Friendship happens, I like to say. Because there has to be a common ground for friendship to start. And you have to go through those stages for friendship to happen. It doesn't happen out of the blues. Or okay, I've decided to be your friend. Can we be friends? Yes, let's be friends. And then I'll start asking myself, so what's next? What's next? What do I do after accepting this friend request? Right? So yeah, Joseph is asking, are friends discovered? Are friends made or discovered or found? Friends are all of the above. Found because you don't intentionally say, I'm going to meet this, I'm going to this place to meet this person. There are people who you've met in conferences, at events, and you just got talking, and from there the friendship began to grow. There are people who you saw online, maybe someone like me, you saw what I do, you like what I do, you got interested in me, you became genuinely interested in my wellness, and you would check up on me, you would How are you doing today, Chinaza? I just want to check up on you. And as time goes on, I began to open my heart to asking after you too, because it has to be mutual. Okay, it doesn't just happen. It has to be mutual. I start asking after you, start talking even more. You start sharing stuff with me. I start sharing stuff with you. Maybe not necessarily deep. Maybe what people do not really know about me or people don't really know about you. But as time goes on, it just keeps going. But when you now see that you have something substantial with this person, hey, and see that this person is beginning to trust you with information that they will not be able to share with other people, friendship has happened and you must protect it. So for me, I find it difficult to say friends. There's someone right now that I don't know whether to call the person a friend or not. When I talk, I'll be like, I, I, I don't know if I should say you're my friend. But we've gotten to that point where we share just about anything. So I'm very careful not to use the word friends carelessly. Friendship is built on intentionality. Friendship is built on commitment, like I said before. It's commitment. It's a bond that you share, it's a connection that you have, and it's a commitment that you make towards another person. Okay? Can people truly get to a point where they can no longer make friends? No. No. Are you not a human being? We are all social animals. So at every point in your life, you are required to make friends, because what is life without friendship? Yeah, what is life without friendship? Who do you laugh with? Who do you share fond memories with? Even if you're eight, you can still make friends. But the best friends are the ones that you made when you were younger and you're able to sustain it to adulthood and to old age. Then you can share fun memories. Then you can laugh. Then you've been through life together. You've seen life together and you've come a long way. There's no point to get to in your life where you will no longer need friends. But is there a point where you cannot make friends? Yes. When you are surrounded by fake people or when you've achieved the level of fame. So you don't know the people who are coming to you, how many of them are genuine or how many of them are there just for what you have or what you can give. At that point, it can be difficult to make friends. But still, even in that place, there are still people who genuinely love you for who you are, who genuinely love your personality. And if you are discerning enough, you'll be able to see through their choice of words, through their actions, through their disposition towards you that this one wants something more. And I can give it a chance. Okay? I hope that answers the question. Summer James is asking, and that friends to make friends, can friendship be made or it only happens as you say? Friendship can be made. Okay, so here is where it can be made. I am this person, you are this person, and we got talking. Okay, and we see that we have really interesting views on things, and we're like, you're really cool. That connection happens. You're really cool. We share almost the same view. Like someone said before, you share the same view. Like I built a connection like that. I've used a connection like that. So this person would post online and I'll agree with what he posts. Like it was more like he was posting what I had in mind. And when I post things, he'd be like, exactly. Why are people not able to see this way? You're the only person I've seen that thinks this way. At some point, we were more like finishing each other's words even before we got talking inbox. Do you understand? So it was that connection was just automatic, and we knew that this one is just made. So let's be friends. Let's build this. Let's see where this leads us. Okay. So, but you don't just go to somebody and say, let's be friends. No, there has to be some sort of mutuality or mutual connection between you before friendship can be made. Okay? How do you handle a friend that is difficult to please? On what basis? How are they your friend? How are they your friend? If they are your friend, they must be willing to make compromise. Yes. They must be willing. Like I said before, it's mutual. Oh, it's mutual. You're not in a husband and wife relationship or a romantic relationship where you try to please and please and please your partner or get your partner to love you, get this person to love you. No. Friendship is mutual. Even if I don't agree with you, I have to make efforts to agree with you. Even if I don't like what you're doing, I have to make effort to understand. Even if I don't like it, I must understand. I must try to understand your thought processes, why you are doing this. So I can't be difficult to please when I'm with a friend. I have to make a compromise. So if it is not beneficial to both of you, if you are one always putting in the work, I'm sorry. You have to give it another name, not friendship. Okay? Yes, it has to be mutual. Ude Gift says, I'm so happy to be here, ma'am. I'm glad you're here. I will be going off now. Salem David says, my heart yearns for a friend, a true one. Maybe when I get married, because I have trust issues. Seriously. I'm so careful with my mind heart, with what comes in and goes out. God will help me through. So you want to carry your trust issues into marriage. Don't go and suffer somebody's child. Though. Work on your trust issues. Learn to trust. Learn to trust. Learn to trust. You can't even get married. Don't even get married to someone you don't trust. You don't build that trust in the marriage, please. It starts now. It starts now. Don't make it difficult for someone to please you. Don't make it difficult for someone to make you to believe them. Start working on yourself. What is the origin of these trust issues? Where did it start from? Where is it coming from? What happened? You have to learn to give people chances. Even if you've met 100 people who treated you a certain way that gave you these trust issues. Understand that not everybody, how many people do we have in this world? Billions. So the next 101 person may not treat you that way. So give chances. Okay? It's not when you get married though. God will help you when you help yourself. All right? So thank you very much for coming to this conversation. I love you. Because of you, I keep showing up because you're here to listen to me. If you got something from this conversation, please and please take a screenshot of this fine girl on your screen and share on your platforms. Okay? Share, and tell people about it. We want more people to join. We want more people to learn. I'm doing this because I have a passion for people to have better quality of life, for people to live better in their personal lives, in their relationships, in their social lives, in their mental, to have better mental health. Because I believe that when this part of our lives are taken care of, our careers, our businesses, as a result, take a very different turn. Okay, so if you have a problem with your friend, you cannot focus very well on your business. If you have a problem with yourself, you may not be able to focus more on what you have to do. So that is why honest competition is there. That's why Chinaza Favour is here to inspire you to lead a healthier, happier, and more fulfilling life. So thank you very much. I'll be going off now. I'll see you next Thursday, same time, same station. I remain your host, Chinaza Favour. Bye.